So as some of you already know, I uploaded this video with the clips intact. I recorded clips from the films to show you within the video because I was trying new things. I wanted to add video clips. I was excited about it. I spent all damn day trying to figure out how to do it. It was a huge debacle. I knew how to do it, but it wouldn't let me because my iPhone wouldn't record stuff from Amazon Prime, and then my computer wouldn't record it either. So I couldn't get clips from the movie at all. And then I finally figured out how to do it because it was on Tubi, blah, 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 blah. I had to transfer it over. Yap, yap. Took all damn day to figure out how to get these clips in there, then to edit it together like it was, and then to upload it. And I was all excited. I got it in under the wire and was really proud of it. And, you know, like 2 minutes after I uploaded the video, you've got copyright by W whatever the hell, and it wasn't going to be able to be seen in the United States and all these different places. A subscriber of mine from Australia told me that she could see it, no problem, but you know, a lot of my people are in the United States and they're not going to be able to see it, so that sucks. So here's a re-upload for you guys. So you're going to see there's a moment where I pause for a video or it's a clip, and I'll be like, oh, well, look at this. There ain't gonna be anything there. I had all sorts of clips showing you different actors and stuff on the screen. Those are all gone now. So everything I did is gone. So I just wanted to let you guys know up front before you watch this. That's why the clips are broken, in case you didn't get to see what had happened. I left a thing about it on Instagram. I also left one here on YouTube in a post. So in case you're wondering what the fuck I'm doing, that's what the fuck I'm doing. So anyway, guys, enjoy. Welcome to Slasher Sunday. So tonight we are going to discuss the final terror. The final terror. Doesn't have the exact same ring to it, does it? The final terror. This was requested by Jake Grogan. Did he become a patron to request this? No, he did not. What he did is he bought a Slasher Sunday shirt. This would have been the perfect time to actually wear one to promote it, but I'm not much of a promoter, am I? And that's why I never sell shit. So when I get a text or a little DM telling me that you purchased my shirt and a picture with it, I was like, holy shit. So yeah, it's not that I forget that I have merch, it's just that I forget that I have merch. It's true. I just forget. Sometimes people send me pictures. They're like, I bought a shirt from you. And I'm like, oh, that's right. I forgot I had that. Because I'm an asshole and I don't promote things that some people did and took a lot of time and hard work to get me. So I'm a jerk. All right, so let's talk about The Final Terror. This is currently streaming on Amazon Prime. And thank you to Jay Grogan for buying a shirt and requesting this film. Now, this is one that I'm pretty familiar with because that poster is pretty damn cool, but I had never seen. And I had always wanted to see it because Lewis Smith was in it, Bobby from The Heavenly Kid. big, huge, enormous Heavenly Kid fan. And also in this movie is Mark Metcalf, who's also in The Heavenly Kid. But even though he's in The Heavenly Kid, and that is a favorite of mine, if you haven't seen it, man, you gotta check it out. Rafferty, the whole works, freaking, oh, I love that movie so damn much. One day, maybe, we'll talk about it. But for now, let's stay on track here with The Final Terror. But yeah, Mark Metcalf's in that. But whenever I see Mark Metcalf, and I've seen him in a bunch of freaking stuff, what I always think of is this scene right here. We're not gonna take it. I love that whole fucking scene. It's funny. I will always say to people just randomly, I'll do it to my kids actually, when I'm like, pretending that I'm upset with them. I'll come into the room and I'll be like, "What's that? A twisted sister pin on your uniform?" I don't know. It's always stuck in my head as that. And I really like Mark Metcalf. The cast in this is incredible. You got Daryl Hannah, who, this is crazy because usually what happens is you've got celebrities who star in movies before they're famous. Brad Pitt, Tom Hanks, the list goes on. You've seen every freaking big major star in a horror movie. And then once they make the bigger movie, they usually don't touch horror again. And this is a year after Blade Runner that Daryl Hannah did this film. So that's kind of weird. Now, Blade Runner kind of became more of a cult film, and I don't know how successful it was at the time. I know it's a beloved film, but if my memory serves me correctly, I don't think it did super well financially when it came out. Nor did Blade Runner 2049, which was a masterpiece. So, that's a damn shame. It's always a shame when such fantastic films have poor box office returns like that, and that's the kind of legacy that it leaves behind in that capacity. Also in this, we've got Joe Pantoliano. Yes, that's how you say his name. Which I will always know as Cypher from The Matrix. Yes, he's been in tons of shit. Even Bound. Before that with the Wachowski brothers, or now the Wachowskis, and those are the four faces that I'm the most familiar with. I feel like I've seen some of the other people somewhere, but I don't know. Those are the four. But man, what a freaking incredible cast here. Now, I did spend a decent amount of time talking about the cast here because honestly, I don't have a lot to say about this movie. Here's the issue with this film. The actors in it are good, and they act their parts well. I feel like everyone does a good job for what they're given. I feel like the film is fairly well shot. It's competently made. It looks fine. It's, everything's there. Everything's like kind of checked its boxes. But it's just so badly paced. Like, I feel like, okay, we have a slasher movie. We have a high body count, but only in actors, not in deaths. You have, 10 characters in the movie, and maybe, 3 of them die? You have that many characters, and you have this, this killer that is really cool. I mean, it ends up being, spoilers obviously for the movie, but it ends up being this, I don't exactly know what to refer to her as, but some woman who lives out in the woods and dresses up in these jungle fatigues to stay camouflaged, and ends up being Joe's mom, who you think, Joe's going to be the killer, and then it is almost revealed to be him because he's attacking them, and then the actual killer pops up and kills this guy, which I guess would make the death count. Let's see. You've got Mark Metcalf and his girlfriend. They both go, and then you've got the guy who gets his leg sliced, and then you've got maybe one more person. I can't even remember it. And then you got the 2 deaths in the very opening of the movie, but they're not part of the main cast, and they're so quickly dispatched that it's kind of I don't even really count them. I liked that opening, though. I thought the music was really cool, but what the fuck is up with the trap that's sprung on her? Really? Fucking like can lids? Can lids? Would those be sharp enough to kill you? I mean, I guess you could sharpen them, but they wouldn't have really much of an edge to them. Really? That's what they are. I mean, look at them. They're fucking can lids. There's no way. I laughed out loud when I saw them. So, yeah, there you go. Can lids. And I don't. It's just a pretty boring film. As much as this film shouldn't be, because they're constantly being pursued. There's danger lurking and looming, and we get a reminder here and there that this killer is just right there and is very good at hiding out in the forest. And I like that. I like the premise. I like the look of the killer. I like the killer's outfit. It's like Rambo if he was a slasher villain. And I love that concept. And as I said, I think the characters are good. But man, it's a boring movie. I was just sitting there like, okay, my notes are very, very small. Like I don't have much written down here because I'm just kind of waiting. I just have stuff like this dude goes missing and everyone's yelling out Marco, and I'm just sitting there waiting for someone to yell out Polo. And then Mark Metcalf's character is looking for him, frantically looking, yelling his name out, doesn't know where he is, and then it just like randomly cuts to him skinny dipping, and then his girlfriend like watching him skinny dip, and then them fucking, and then in the middle of them fucking, he gets killed and she gets taken. And it's just like, so you lost someone that's part of your team, you're part of your little crew here, and then you just decide, hey, I'm gonna go skinny dipping. It reminds me, what movie was that I watched? I watched a movie, I want to say it was a Slasher Sunday movie where, no, I think we did it on the podcast. Yeah, it was Grizzly. That's what it was. Grizzly on the podcast from 1976. And this girl, they're out searching. They're searching for a body or searching for something. And she just decides to go skinny dipping. Like right in the middle of it. Like when she's on, and then she gets killed by the bear in the waterfall. It's hilarious. It's like, you knew there was a killer bear out there. You knew, like, and this guy's looking, he thinks something may have happened to his friend, and he's just like, time to skinny dip. And time to fuck. And it's just, what? I guess he really wasn't all that worried, but man, he really sold it like he was. And Joe's character, Joe Pantoliano's character, and this is a total buzzkill, and they absolutely set him up. And there's a decent amount of influences here from other movies, and I feel like Friday the 13th is definitely the one they ape from the most, just with the mom being the killer and the son, and there's actually a moment in the movie where it's I'm telling you, man, does that not sound like the like it's without the ha ha ha, but it's funny. Well, kill ma ma ma, right? But it sounds like but yeah, that very much sounds like that. And then, okay, so this woman is stalking them and is able to...
One of the cool things about going back through these videos and checking them to insert into this is that I get to kind of fact check myself or see if my opinion holds up. And this is one that just didn't. I actually don't really have an issue with her throwing the body at them now, because they actually show her dragging the body like on her back, and it actually, I don't know, I don't have an issue with it as much anymore now that I've went back to record that clip. So yeah, don't fucking listen to me here.
The killer twist at the end is definitely surprising. I mean, you're thinking it's Joe for sure, and then boom, it pops up and it's like, it's Mama. So yeah, I like the music. I thought that it's as basic of a plot as you could possibly get. The dialogue mostly is throwaway shit. Like, I didn't really care for anyone all that much, even though any attachment I had to characters was because it was characters from Twisted Sister videos or The Heavenly Kid or Blade Runner, Splash, whatever. It had really nothing to do with the characters that were actually in the movie. But that said, as I had said previously, I did like their performances in it. It was just they weren't given anything of interest to work with. So when they were in peril during the film, when doom was looming around every corner, or so they thought, and it never really came for almost any of them. It was like, okay. And it could have been tense. It felt like it was supposed to be. And I felt like I knew it, like, obviously I know what they're going for, but I could see the intention, but it just wasn't working at all. So, it's more of a miss. I would say much more of a miss for me. So, sorry, Jake. This one really didn't work for me. But I appreciate you, supporting the channel. And you've been fun to talk to. I've gotten to talk to him privately. And as I said, man, hit me up, guys. I'm always down to talk to some of you out there. Some of you I'm not so excited to talk to sometimes because you're very pushy and self-absorbed, and all you want to talk about is getting shout-outs and to review your shit. And like, okay, that's like, I get it, but calm it down just a little bit. All right, guys. Anyways, so now that I figured out a way to incorporate footage into my stuff, which is really cool. I'm glad that I have that option now. I actually bought a whole new little program for my phone and everything, and I'm not even using that. I'm using something that I already had on my phone that I didn't realize I had, so I could have been doing this the whole damn time. But what do you guys think? You like that? Everyone, I've heard from people. I'm still one take here, okay? But I'm just editing them in as we go, so I'm not breaking my my style at all. It's just I'm adding a little something new to it. Anyway, guys, it's getting late. I gotta get to bed. I will see you for Monster Monday tomorrow. Adios.